What's up, guys? Summoning session, and as you can see on the crystals, I maybe have wheeled a little bit. Quite a bit. Plus, we have the, well, whole bunch of mystical scrolls that you get from leveling up, and, well, right away at the start, but we also have 29 LDs, we have 23 over here, 12 over here, and then 2 Transcendent Scrolls. One of them is the Splendid Transcendent Scroll, which is, if you haven't checked it out yet, in this you can actually reclaim some of the net 5s that you summoned during the time that it was bugged or something. And a lot of people might ask, like, why would you even do this? Like, you can just deduct ancient crystals and get like a Transcendent Scroll. Main thing is you're kind of trading in 300 crystals to maybe get back 300 crystals if you get a deal, but you have a chance to get a new unit as well. Funny enough is you can get an LD5 scroll on this as well. I think that my LD5, which is the light pony, was actually summoned like 10 hours too late. And also people said, yeah, like you needed a blessing to be popped for it to actually show up as a, like in there. So yeah, this unit, I would have loved to trade this unit in. Like, to be honest, there's, I would say like an 80 to 90% chance that I get a unit I rather want on this one. So yeah, let's see how that works out if we go for the summon session right now. First, gonna start off as always mystical scrolls. I'm not gonna do too much editing. Probably not gonna do any editing. Currently still sitting in Shanghai, so starting off with a lightning. Starting off with a net 5. Okay. So the thing is, net 4 lightning. Well, no one really cares about net 4 lightning anymore. Oh wow, these banners also show like Summoner's War in Chinese right now. That's actually pretty cool. So maybe that gives us the Chinese luck to get some LD5s, right? That's how stuff works.
But before we get into the video, I want to talk about the sponsor for today's video, which is the Huawei AppGallery. And with the current campaign of the Huawei AppGallery, you can get up to 27% off on your purchases in Summoners Wars. How do you get all of that? First of all, you have to download the Huawei AppGallery. First link in the description. From there, you have to do a few things to create an account, download the HMS score, set up the region. Region will be set to Germany. Once that is all done, you have the Huawei AppGallery. And from the Huawei AppGallery, currently I still had the campaign opened. But to get here, it's very simply, we would have to look up the game. The moment we search for the game, we find it right over there. And we can see all of their running campaigns at this moment. Also, definitely a recommended thing to do is join the Discord of the Huawei AppGallery, because at the Huawei AppGallery Discord, they keep you up to date on all of the kind of campaigns that are currently running. So from here, we can further check out that campaign. How do you get that 27% off? Well, first of all, we can see that we have Huawei points. So on the weekends, we get 1 point for every €1, and Huawei points we can then use for later purchases to get like a cashback. Afterwards, for everything that we purchase, we get diamonds, and these diamonds we can then trade in for a coupon code that we can later use for a big discount. And those are definitely the discounts that we want. And as mentioned before, at the bottom we also have their Discord link. Within their Discord you can ask all of those questions and keep up to date with all of those amazing campaigns. So we checked out the campaign, it's looking good. From here now we also have to install Summoners War. Currently it's already installed, so I can just open it from here. We'll go to the instance of the Huawei AppGallery for Summoners War, and the moment that you go to any purchases right now, it will use the system of the Huawei AppGallery to do all of your purchases. So once we're in game, let's say we would like to purchase this pack. It's as simply as clicking on it, as always. Then from here we can already see that I had a coupon of still €10 off. I can select my payment method, for example PayPal or any of the other methods. I can also use the Huawei points that I had from previous purchases right now. And from there it's just very simply afterwards paying. Also have the option to claim your cashback, which is the Huawei points, which is only in the weekends. And afterwards you can go back to the campaign page to check how many diamonds you have and if you have enough to actually purchase one of those coupons for a bigger discount for your next purchase as well.
So yeah, all of those mystical scrolls, they don't really matter all too much. You might ask, which of the net 5s do you still need? I would only say that the Fire Pure Vanilla is a unit that I need. I would say that the Water one for the new family is pretty strong too. So I would say just those 2 units. But I think there's like 4, or no, wait. I think per element there's like about 4 elemental units that I miss. So I miss about like between like 10 and 12 or so. Anything that I need for skill ups at the moment? Actually, not really. We lost in the Siege tournament. Timing for us was not that well, and we were playing Aftermath Legends, which have a very strong roster right now. Wouldn't be surprised if they take it all the way. But they have a very difficult match as well against Aftermath EU next round. But I would say whoever wins from Aftermath Legends against Aftermath EU is most likely to win the whole thing. So let's see how that works out for them. But for us, well, to be honest, for me, when I lost, I was like, too bad. But on the other hand, it's like, during my traveling time, it was not that convenient anyway. So I'm kind of fine that we lost, in honesty. For us, just the timing was like very bad. Like the main guy we had for Siege lead, Bernard Carter, he couldn't really play. Um, I couldn't really do any testing, which I did a lot last season. The other guy that I did testing with was mainly Lemon and Beastie, and they weren't here this season. So yeah, this season we definitely had a very downgraded roster compared to last season. So what? Yeah, it's just like a combination of things. Like not necessarily a very downgraded roster, but oh wait, I think Claire might be new. I am not 100%. No, 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 she's not new though. I'm pretty sure she's not new, but it is something that I never built. I think it's one of those. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was not new. Wait, let me check by these over here. Most of the time I do awaken my units once I get them. We have Claire popping up. Yeah, we do have Claire already. Okay, so well, that's the first dupe that we will have. The game gets a little bit laggy. I don't really feel like summoning everything, like making the storage open again. I just summon everything to the storage. Makes things a lot easier. But I guess we're first gonna summon, like I don't want blessings anyways, so we're just gonna summon everything. And then we get like the moment we get into the LDs, we check if we want to get some more LDs from the net 5s that we get, because those are good odds. I will get a good amount of net 5s from the LS scrolls as well, I would say, so. Should be a bunch more. But yeah, definitely this laptop is not really made for streaming and that kind of stuff. I will do a stream or two when I go to Korea. I will definitely have better internet there than I have over here. That's probably also around the time where they would, I guess, release the SF Dungeon. So if I'm in Korea and I am able to stream, I'll probably stream like the SF Dungeon. But otherwise, I'll just save that for the moment I go back in the Netherlands as well. So we shall see how those things go. But traveling so far has been amazing, especially Shanghai. It really feels weird to be back here for like just a few days. Like I lived here for 4 years. Currently back, it's also funny. Like normally in Shanghai, it's such a big city, and always when you have to go somewhere, you take the metro, and then the moment you arrive at the metro, you kind of know that like small part of the puzzle. But now I started walking around a lot. Like when I lived in Shanghai before, I didn't live in downtown. I lived in Minhang, which is about, let's say, an hour and a half by metro in the south direction of Shanghai, which is still Shanghai. So yeah, you can take in Shanghai, you can take the metro for 3 hours and you go from one suburb area to the other suburb area. It's insanely big. But now I got a hotel which is very downtown. It's close to the Bund for the people that know Shanghai. And I started walking around a lot here. I did like 15 to 20 kilometers like every day so far. And the moment you're walking is like, oh, if I'm here, then this and this is behind that building, and then that and that. Like, oh, I'm over here. It's like, oh, that's where that club used to be, and that club used to be. So that's kind of funny to see, and just meeting like a whole bunch of friends from like school, like the diehard survivors that are still here that stayed after like school and after COVID and that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's good to talk about, or just to hear from them and their stories and that kind of stuff. And that's the thing. Every foreigner here pretty much has like a crazy story with like the lockdowns they had, because the lockdowns they did here were literally as bad as like, oh, you were visiting a friend, um, lockdown happened, you got to stay there for 4 days. Like, oh, okay, we don't make the lockdown 4 days, we make the lockdown 7 days. Oh wait, never mind. It's not going to be 7 days. It's going to be 2 weeks. Never mind. It's going to be a month. Never mind, we're gonna say like no specific date and you just gotta stay there. It's like, dude, I was just visiting someone, and that's the net 5. So yeah, the lockdowns we had in Europe was like, that's a cute lockdown, but you can still walk the dog and go to the grocery store, blah blah, that kind of stuff. The lockdowns here in China were like, yo, you're not leaving your place. If you're leaving your place, we just barricade your door. That's what we like. Damn, those were some heavy lockdowns. And then imagine you're just visiting someone and you gotta live there for 3 months all of a sudden. So, friend of mine actually, she started dating, was visiting like well, not the family in law, but like his family, because it was not family in law back then, but was visiting his family, and I was like, yeah, hard lockdown. Now you got to stay with the parents of your boyfriend that you met the first time for 3 months straight. Like, yo, damn, that's a story and a half. Wow. So yeah, definitely good to catch up with these kind of people. Bunch of drinks here and there. I must say, like, I feel like I'm getting older, so I don't really do too much of the clubbing. But it's also really depends on the people you're with. Like, if you're in a student environment, everyone likes clubbing, everyone likes partying, everyone is like constant drinking, then you definitely join that. But I'm also not the kind of guy that just walks in the club solo and just goes ham on that. I could sometimes, but I wouldn't do it as much, I would say. I did it once in Ho Chi Minh City though. That was kind of funny. I look young as fuck anyways. Like I shave my beard and these people think I'm 20 or whatever. Okay, that's the third one. All duped so far, but that is a third one. So that does mean that I can buy pretty much all of the stuff that I want from the grind shop. I think the grind shop, even though it's easier to get um, grinds right now, I think especially for gems, legendary gems have pretty high value from the grind shop, like the Asian shop as well. Runes I wouldn't buy from it at all. Like runes, getting runes is so easy right now. Maybe if you get like a super slick like slot 4 crit rate Vio with like an 8 accuracy innate, maybe so. But until then, probably it has like near to no value to buy any of those runes because they're just too expensive. But legendary gems, they are hard to come by, so I would definitely say pick those up. So for mystical scrolls, we're nearing like the halfway mark. No, we're over the halfway mark because we had like 600 something. We have like 240-ish left right now. I did hear some people complain about the audio quality. Well, yeah, this thing is not crazy audio quality. Like no one expected it to be. I would say that I don't have the best of audio back at home as well, but at least it's like the standalone mic of like 200 bucks or something that is a lot better than just a headset microphone that is, I don't even know the price on this thing to be honest. So yeah, and then also camera, lighting, everything. Like the even the PC quality, everything is downgraded, right? So if I would wait, that's literally the second time we got Azure. Okay, interesting. So we do get a whole bunch of net fives. So wait, we got 4 net 5s in like 400 scrolls. That's pretty high old rates. I think I wasted all of my net 5 rates on the MS already. Well, maybe we can transition that into getting some LD5 as well. I wouldn't mind. I absolutely wouldn't mind. My last LD5 was very recently pulled, but man, I've been seeing everyone pulling like LD5 left, right, and center. Like, I'm not sure if it's boosted rates or just people getting more scrolls or people whaling more, or I don't know what. But I've seen so many people get LD5 these days, and also people that just pulled an LD5 pull another LD5. Like look at like Scribble Bibble and like Bash just showed me a uh well he shared one of his new units. He shared a Laura. I'm like, yo, bro, give me that Laura. Like, what the fuck do I have to do with an Eleanor? Like, fuck that shitty unit. We are going to have a balance patch soon, though. So we have like I think it's 2 more weeks ish, or no, just 1 week for the Siege tournament to finish. I would say after the Siege tournament, we could have a balance patch that is a bigger one because there's no more Siege tournament, there's no SWC. That is definitely the moment where Comtos can say like, okay, we're gonna shake up the meta, we're gonna try some weird stuff. Still, they don't really want to go like super all overboard, next level weird shit and completely flip the meta. Because in the end, if people don't enjoy it, that's not a great thing. But since they have been shaking up quite a bunch of stuff with like the auto farming, with like a whole bunch of other things, they have been shaking up quite some stuff to do things very differently where they normally would be more like, okay, let's do a little bit and see how it works out. So if they transition that into a balance patch as well, we might get a pretty big balance patch on that one. So pretty curious to see what we will have for that balance patch because, well, let's say balance patch predictions is pretty hard. Like people would still like there's still a lot of people on the bandwagon saying like, oh, Oliver is still OP, Oliver most OP unit. No, not anymore. Like Oliver is not even the most first picked unit anymore. That's actually, I would say for current balancing, it's definitely not bad. Like, sure, you have the Laura and Tianleng, I would say those are the strongest on the field. I would say Wedget is somewhat down-tuned, that it's not as crazy anymore, uh, but it's still pretty good. And then there's a whole bunch of other units that are pretty strong as well. Like I would say the single target damage dealers, the Julian, Han, Bella, and the Jean are very strong, but they need good runes to shine though. But I would definitely say that those are pretty strong out there as well. But is there something like super, super OP at the moment? I would say strongest on the field, probably Tianleng. Second strongest on the field, Laura. After that, I feel like everything is somewhat balanced. Like, sure, you have like a lot of shitty units that you would like to be OP, but that's also the thing. Like, the more LD5s that they buff, the heavier LD5 meta we will get. So if all of the LD5s are viable in the game, we're gonna get a very, very strong LD5 meta as well, because there's people that have multiple of them then just start doing like shit ton of LD5s, and yeah, is that enjoyable having like a meta that's just full on revolved around LD5s? I'm not sure. So I think some LD5s are just meant to be not for RTA, but they're meant to be for something else. But then again, you also have a bunch of LD5s that are not meant to be for RTA, but they're also absolutely garbage for everything else. Some of them they just get outshined by like a normal elemental class of. Damn, guys, I just noticed like after my summon session that my recording got screwed, so I made like a recording after that, but this is just gonna be in between. But my recording got screwed, which really sucks. We did pull a good amount of net 5, so we had like in total we had 11. So I'm not sure where it exactly got screwed over, but we did pull like a bunch of units over here as well. And yep, we got like Indra, that one is new, Devil Maiden, Christina, which is one that came new again, and then we have this one. And this is the real one, and from there I also transition into like my after video. But at some point, we had 40, or yeah, I summoned that many net 5s, and with all of the net 5s that I summoned, I got that many LD scrolls back. I was at like 49 LD scrolls. First two scrolls that I did on the LMDs were straight away lightning. Then I had no lightning for like a long time. And then I pulled one of the new net 4s. But then after the new net 4s, I was at like 5 scrolls left. And this happened. But I don't have the summer reaction in it. So I'll transition to the clip into the clip that was recorded after that. I noticed that my summoning was like screwed. So guys don't have that on video as well. But we're definitely going to be seeing more of this unit, right? But damn, why did my recording suck? Fuck. What? What? I was just checking my clip and I'm like, wait, why is it not recording anymore? And it only recorded like the first 14 minutes, so it completely missed this. Well, I pulled this one as well. And I. What? Oh man, that's so sad. Like, legit, I feel so bad right now. Holy shit. Like, the amount of net 5s that we had was literally like one over here, one over there, one over there. So that's 3, 4, 5. That's a new one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Also a new one. 11, 12. Also a new one because I've had it before. And Maximilian. Which, how did it not save my fucking clips? I hate being like on the road for like making content. It is so shit. Fuck. Why did it not save that bad? Oh, that's so bad. Reaction was pretty decent. But yeah, Maximilian, I randomly put like I did my LD scrolls. I had 49 LD scrolls at some point, which was by far the biggest summon session of LD scrolls I've done on my account ever. I did recently pull the Eleanor, but damn, that's really insane. So I started off my LODs with like the first two that I did were back-to-back lightnings, and I didn't have lightning for like 30 or so. And then I pulled this thing, and at some point I had like 5 left. Like, okay, it's not gonna be anything, and I kept skipping because that's what works for me. Like lightning, you skip, you keep skipping, skip everything. And at some point it's like, yo, Maximilian, which my reaction at first was like, this is the unit that everyone wants at the moment. Like everyone wants a Maximilian. I thought about this unit as well for myself, and since I have Neftis already, I don't really feel like that this is like the most impactful thing that I can pull. Like, it's like I was talking to Ismo before, and Ismo's complaining like he gets all of the strippers. I'm like, bro, stop complaining about strippers. We're in Thailand. But just besides the joke of that, he gets all like he has all of the LED strippers. He has the Wunsa, he has the Gianna, he has like literally all of them except probably Veronica. For me, I'm tending to get all of those speed leads units kind of stuff. But now I have that, and I have Maximilian, and I have Dafties. So I could definitely make a team somewhere where I combine Maximilian Nefties. That's it's going to be very interesting. Plus, this is definitely going to be a Siege Insta winner, which is very interesting as well. But ah man, I'm so sad that it didn't record like the whole thing. That's oh man, the reaction on it was everything was good, but yeah, my laptop is just crappy, and at some point decided like, yep, I'm not gonna stream this anymore, I'm not gonna be live anymore. So that does really fucking suck. However, absolutely nice unit. Gonna absolutely love this one in Siege. It's going to be a Siege insta winner, absolutely for sure. Uh, but I would say for RTA, I could probably make some kind of cleave with like Neftis and Maximilian and the two AoE strippers or something like that. It is somewhat easy to outspeed. So this it's not like the Neftis Maximilian is the holy grail and you're gonna win everything with that. Absolutely not. But it is absolutely a very nice unit. I would have rather have one of the single target damage dealers like the Han, the Sean, the Bella, the Julian. Those are the units that I was really looking forward to. But this is, I would say, a very flexible, very strong unit as well that you can go a lot of routes with. So absolutely something that I'll use. And I also pulled this one, which I am not even sure if it's that great, but it could be a something, I guess. Maybe next balance patch. We are expecting a balance patch pretty soon, though, so oh, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, there's definitely gonna be videos on Maximilian. I am currently in Shanghai, so streaming here is kind of shitty. But I will be going to Korea on the 22nd, and probably the 22nd or the 23rd, kind of depends like how things go. I will go for a hotel that's pretty decent, probably has like a decent internet connection, and I will probably do a stream with Maximilian there. So that is definitely going to be an interesting one. I'm not even sure I have good artifacts for this guy. For rune-wise, I could go either despair damage or I just go straight up Swift and then add a lot of stats. I think I'd just probably go straight up Swift, add a shit ton of stats and just make it work that way. Actually, funny enough, there's this other guy that wait, does he have Nefties and Maxi as well? Or does he just do it with like Sam Sep? Or Sep Sam? I think it's Sep Sam. He uses this together with the Sienna and but I think he also has like Tianlang or some stuff. So yeah, this team is insanely strong until you get outsped. But being outsped is somewhat doable if you go double 24 lead and then don't have like the super crazy fast units to set up like the Yeonhong, Wunsa, that kind of stuff. So we'll have to try to make it work, but I can definitely make a cleave work where all of the turn 2 players will pretty much die. But man, I'm still so sad that it didn't record this whole video because man, shite. But yeah, in the end, did get a good amount of new units. This one is also new added to the pool, which definitely is gonna be used as well. Christina, I am actually going to make a video with Christina as well because I think there's one or two comps where you can use Christina in arena offense. So to be honest, this was a summon session with a lot of content potential because Christina's gonna be used. This thing maybe gets a buff at some point, so absolutely a few units that I'm like, yeah, we can make some stuff work over there. Absolutely very gorgeous. So yeah, guys, sorry, not the full video of the Maximilian out there, but we're gonna be showing some more Maximilian anytime soon. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you later.